Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, CNN launching another streaming service, or at least a subscription digital service. We'll break down what's happening there. Roku is forcing everybody to turn on two-factor authentication after recent hacking attacks. What does this mean? How often are you going to have to confirm that and log in? I'll tell you in a second. And interactive news broadcast coming soon. Sinclair is teaming up to test out interactive over-the-air broadcasts allow you to watch on-demand video over the air for free. We'll break down these stories and a whole lot more here in a quick second. First of all, if you want to learn more about any of these stories, I'll put a link to each story down below so you can read them for yourself. If you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people. With that said, let's dive into this news of the day. CNN for some time has floated the idea of a digital subscription. Now, we all remember the success that CNN Plus was, but they've had some more success moving their content to HBO Max. Well, the new head of CNN has for some time now been talking or dropping hints of a new digital subscription. Recently, he gave an interview to the Financial Times where he said that the idea that there might be digital subscriptions is a serious possibility. This comes after reports from the Wall Street Journal that CNN was considering launching subscription services that would allow you to subscribe to get access to video content more. Sounds like this may be more targeted towards mobile phone content, vertical video, TikTok style content. Again, I struggle with this. I've talked about this a lot. Many people nowadays expect news to be 100% free. They don't, very little news are they willing to pay for behind a paywall. Problem CNN has is if they pop a paywall, while MSNBC, Fox News does not, NBC, ABC, CBS. Wall Street Journal does, but they often they're successful in that because financial. Business people are willing to pay money for their financial content because they use it to trade stocks and the like. I'm not sure how well paywalls will do in regular everyday news that CNN kind of excels at. That breaking news about a disaster somewhere or a political race and the like. Some people may pay for it, but is it going to be enough to cover their cost? We'll see. Especially on the phone. I think a lot of people would struggle with the idea of TikTok style videos or vertical video content at least, paying for that when I can go to YouTube and TikTok and all these places and watch tons of news content 100% free. So question of the day. Is there anything that you see here that you'd be at all interested in paying for? Would you pay for CNN if it offered custom news to your phone? We've seen this tried a lot, very little success in this. Leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you and what you think. Again though, this has just been a balloon floating. There's been reports that this is in the works. Nothing announced, nothing confirmed. We don't know pricing, we don't know when it will release. Entirely possible that this won't release, that this whole deal will just go away based on focus group testing, for example. All right, let's keep moving along. Roku is turning on two-factor authentication for all Roku owners. If you own a Roku and you try to log into your Roku account, you may notice it says, hey, check your email. We sent you an email. Please confirm you're intending to log in. This comes after Roku was targeted by people hacking into Roku accounts. Now, Roku itself was not hacked. Roku did not leak any information. Over 500,000 people, though, reused the same username and passwords on multiple websites and places. One of those websites was compromised. That wasn't Roku. And then hackers go out there and use bots to test these accounts against others. They find ones that work on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon. And then they sell them to give cheap access to places like Disney Plus. In this case, Roku, because it would allow you to buy movies and television shows or watch subscriptions through Roku on it. Well, Roku, to fight this, they've identified the accounts affected. They refund all the people who lost money, and they put on two-factor. So even if your username and password's been affected or compromised on Roku, your email account still needs to be verified there. Few things. Stop reusing passwords. Don't reuse passwords. Use a password manager. 2, make sure your password for your email account is one you use nowhere else. Same with your bank account, same with your any paid services. You should not be reusing paid services on passwords on free sites if you do reuse passwords. So keep that in mind. But now the nice news here is every time you open your Roku, you are not going to need to log back in. This is really like you're adding a new Roku, you're making a purchase, that kind of stuff where you have to actually log in to do it. Once you have set up your Roku and you use it, it will just continue. I don't get a password every time I turn on my Roku, ask me to enter a password for my Roku account. A lot of people were worried about that. That's not what's happening. This is, for example, when you try to make a purchase, when you try to set up a new Roku and the like, that's when it's going to ask for your username and password. But one small step there, Roku, again though, is all effective customers they've identified are forcefully getting their passwords reset. Again, don't reuse passwords. Are you ready to take advantage of interactive free over-the-air news? Sinclair hopes so. Sinclair and Roxy are teaming up to test in Vegas for the National Association of Broadcasters convention that's happening right now. They're testing interactive news from over-the-air. Now, over-the-air ATSC 3.0 does have the ability to send some content free over-the-air in an on-demand type format. And that's what Sinclair and Roxy are testing out here. That they'll be able to, for example, as you're watching a newscast, have a blurb pop up here, say, learn more about this story here. You click on it and it plays a video in depth or more in depth about that news story. It also will allow you to do things like restart news stories, skip news stories you don't like, and kind of like a live stream service where you just skip news you don't want, jump to the next news story. Now this is currently being tested with Roxy and Sinclair and their Las Vegas channel for NAB. Sinclair intends to roll this technology out to its different places. You have a compatible ATSC 3.0 tuner. Most should be compatible with this technology. Soon you'll be able to interactively pick like icons on the screen, launch stories, and interact with it there, which is a pretty cool little feature with it. This has been part of the big promise of ATSC 3.0. So far, no one's really taken great advantage of it. Just this week, NBC and a handful of its own markets are launching similar features. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, but Sinclair looking to bring its news service to offer interactive news. All right, next up, Tableau's 4-tuner 4th generation DVR is now available on Amazon Tableau.com. Previously had been a Best Buy only exclusive. It's now available on Amazon and Tableau its website, so you can now have more options to buy it. This is their newest DVR. It's now a 4-tuner. Just like in our story, we put a review to our 2-tuner. It's exactly the same as the 2-tuner one, but now you can record up to 4 programs at once instead of only 2 programs at once. So not a huge difference there, but it is a noticeable difference of a new feature there. You can learn more about it over at corecarsnews.com. Link in the show notes down below. But let me know, anybody here own the new Tableau 4th generation? I've been a big Tableau fan for years. I mostly use my older one because it was all wired. You leave me a comment. Let me know, what do you think of the 4th generation Tableau DVR? All right, cord cutting is becoming a little bit easier in our next story when you travel on the road. Apple and IHG Hotels, like the Holiday Inn brand and a whole lot of other brands, has announced a partnership with Apple to bring AirPlay to select resorts and hotels owned by IHG Hotels. Now with this, you'll be able to cast videos from your phone, from Netflix and other places, to your TV in your hotel room. Many hotels already do this with Chromecast. Now iOS users get to take advantage of a lot of the same features by having AirPlay. Now, as of the day I'm recording this, 60 hotels have this or will have this today. But Apple and IHG Hotels says they will continue to roll this out across the IHG brand lineup of hotels. No exact timeline for when it will hit hotels and which hotels will get it when, but they're going to continue to roll this out in the weeks and months to come. Well, that's it for today. I'm actually a little ill. I hope you haven't noticed that in my voice. So no Q&A today because I can feel my voice going and I need to save it for later tonight. But do me a big favor. If you have a question, you want me to answer it, leave me a comment. Start off with a question for Luke. I apologize. I may do a bonus video this weekend where I just do some Q&A maybe. But leave me a question like what you want to know. Maybe it's about the new CNN streaming service. I'll either try to answer it in the comments or answer it here. If I don't answer it, re-ask it, and I'll do my best to answer it later. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll be back again real soon, and thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it.